73% of you guys don't subscribe to our channel, and it would be very, very awesome if you guys could follow us. That way we can grow our community and we can get bigger guests on for you guys to give you more information and have these raw talks that you guys love.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks for coming on. This how does it feel to be a guest on episode 30?
I feel very privileged.
Privilege.
Episode 30.
We made it.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep looking.
I'm proud of you guys.
Oh, bro, I'm so fucking pissed off right now.
That's right. Give us a brief introduction on yourself as who you are.
I'm Haylee, and I have just been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the end of last year. I'm a St. John's ambulance volunteer, and I've just started my enrolled nursing degree.
Far out. So you're after patching people up all the time.
Yeah, you could say I'm a bit of a health. I love health. Love all things health.
Love health.
Yeah.
Do you love health, Steph?
Yeah, it's all right, I guess.
Do you want to talk about health and
No, I want to fucking all right, that's
Do
what
you
I
need
want to
me
do.
to get them on the phone?
Yes, I need that overstimulation of there's people there to help me. I'm going to be okay. So let's start off with, so you said you love everything health and well-being, right? And you go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
First off, what do you love specifically about
Just into
health
the
and
mic. Thanks, man.
well-being? You don't have headphones, you can hear me fine.
What I love about health and well-being.
Yeah, what really gets you going about it?
I feel like it would give you like good sense of like a sense of
Accomplishment?
purpose. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're doing something.
It does, yeah. And especially from my diagnosis, it's, being in stressful environments, so working at the hospital, doing nursing, volunteering, also now with my diagnosis, it's just something that you can step into that you don't have to think about. Takes your mind off everything, makes you feel good. Yeah.
Sorry.
But I don't want to be here anymore. I really don't want to be here anymore. I want to fucking.
Oh God.
What would you say is the best type of what's the word?
Health.
Health. Oh, what's the word? Exercise. Type of exercise that you would like to do.
At the moment, I love weight training, resistance training.
Anyone that got you into that at all? JP,
Yes.
You.
you got her into weight training. That's cool, man.
You.
Me?
Why is
Did
your
I?
point to me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
You guys are gym buddies.
we are gym buddies.
We are gym buddies. Yeah. Gym acquaintance.
Yeah, fuck off.
I was going to say something.
I know you were.
But apart from like gym and resistance, I love
You often take Dixie for walks
walking.
and stuff. Yeah.
Love the beach. I love swimming. I normally play water polo. I just had a season off. Love water polo. Love swimming. Love the beach.
How does water polo work? Isn't it volleyball in the water?
It's more like soccer in the water.
That's
trying to-
even weirder.
Soccer with your hands.
Without your
Yeah.
leg, yeah.
Because they have the thing
It's the
right
net.
down the bottom, hey?
The what?
The net down the bottom in the water?
in the water, yeah. Sitting on top of the water. It's very physical.
So you throw the ball and it come from this point to this point. That's how far it goes. What do you just grab it and just keep going?
You swim with it in your arms.
Oh, so you don't just throw the ball
No.
because you can't. Obviously,
Can you
that would
tackle
make sense.
people?
Yeah. When someone's got the ball, you can do absolutely anything. You can.
Can you drown them?
Can you? Fuck off.
That's so wild.
I've had my bathers ripped. Like, it's
The
physical.
fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, we need to watch water polo.
We need to go do water polo.
I've had scratches like down here.
That would be fun as fuck, not gonna lie.
Do it. It's fun.
You have some kinks, don't you? I can tell.
Get your CJs out.
Well, what?
Your CJs.
What are CJs?
Cock jocks.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
You know the little swimmers?
Budgie smugglers?
Yeah.
Cock jocks.
CJs. What?
That's funny.
I've never heard
Yeah,
that.
I've never
Joke.
heard CJs before.
Have you not?
No.
What are you from Queensland? The fuck?
Nah. That's what
That's
they're
so-
called.
I reckon all I'd need is like a little baby sock.
Probably.
I reckon that'd be probably still too big, but
More than enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get like our pole booty shorts?
from Jazz. Hey, that would be fun.
No.
Let's do a bit of water polo.
Oh, I could. Probably
It's
make
really
that.
Yeah,
good
we could do water polo.
after, because I used to train on Thursdays. So I'd go to the gym like on the weekend and through to Wednesday. Best form of recovery would be swimming training.
I feel like it would
on
help
Thursday.
with your mobility as well.
Imagine me trying to swim. I can't get my arm up to swim properly.
Might help.
Help! I'm gonna get out of the pool and just be like, I can't move.
It's going to be a fish.
Nah, it's best feeling.
That's cool. Well, I think we should do it. So I want to dive into a little bit of your volunteering ambulance team. You're going to help me through this, man, because I'm really struggling.
All right. Well.
Pivotal.
All right. So, volunteering ambo work. When did you start? How'd you get into it?
I started at the start of last year. I got into it about February, did my course, and then I had a face-to-face course to do over 2 weekends. And then I had to wait for all my paperwork to go through, and then I started on road. It took me a bit longer than most people because obviously working full-time, trying to juggle that and everything else in life.
But it's doable.
It's doable, yes, if you're
need
committed.
The passion.
Yes. Takes up quite a bit of time. Like we do have 2 training sessions a month that we have to attend to keep our skills up, because it's not like you see, we might not even get a job on a day that you're rostered on. It just depends.
Yeah.
And you might not use some skills for a very long time. So we have regular training every fortnight that we have to attend to. We have to get certain criteria ticked off every year to keep our registration kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's very involved, but I love it.
Yeah.
Great.
And how would you say it was hard doing all the like registering to get into being an
It's a
volunteer?
long process, but it's pretty straightforward, and yeah, it just takes like a long time to get through. But once you're through, then you can just jump on shifts whenever you're free.
Jump on shifts.
Mm.
And then you've been doing that. You've come off the break recently.
Yes. I've had a couple of months off since the start of December. I had a bit of a traumatic job at the start of December, and then I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, so I've had some time off. But I had my first on-road shift last night, which was great. Had a job. It's pretty fun. But yeah.
It's good.
Your the traumatic experience that you had in December, is that the one we were talking about before? Yeah. What?
Oh.
How did you feel after that?
It was a lot. So I originally wanted to do paramedicine. I couldn't decide between paramedicine and nursing, but it was a big leap to take the chance in paramedicine because I didn't know how I'd react with traumatic events. So I went with nursing in the end. I feel like I've dealt with it well. I wasn't overexposed to the situation, so we rocked up to the scene without giving out too many details. We rocked up and we were there for like a minute or so, realised there was nothing we could do. So myself and the other volunteer just waited away from the scene. So we weren't overexposed, which it helps. Like there's a difference because we were only in there for that short amount of time. I think it kind of just gets blocked out.
Was the other volunteer new as well?
No, she's been doing it for years.
So you had like a little bit of backup with you?
So there was 4 of us there, so 2 teams got dispatched to the job. We were first responders. But it's just crazy, like rocking up to a scene. That was my first shift off training. So it was about 20 minutes into the shift, and we got the first call, and it was, so they have it in different codes. So like a priority 0 is pretty much an active resus or death, and then priority 1's like life-threatening, and then it just keeps going all the way to a priority 5. So there's different priorities. So once that came over the speaker, I shat myself really.
It would be a very scary situation, and not knowing what is coming.
Yeah.
Your brain would be going.
And we've got these like screens in the ambulance, and it's very generalised when you get a job. So when something goes into a call centre and then it gets dispatched to us, goes like, it comes through on the AmberCAD in a very generalised way. So it might be, so for example, if someone's got anaphylaxis symptoms, it will come
Which is
like an allergic reaction, but the airway's closing.
I knew that. He didn't. So I just wanted to make things clear for...
So that can be...
the one thing I do know.
That can be life-threatening for somebody. So obviously their airway's closing. But we rocked up there and she actually only had hives. But because it falls in the category of an allergic reaction, it's an immediate response. So...
So you got to press the sirens?
Yeah. Sirens.
Do you drive?
I do.
I've driven ambulances. They're fun.
What?
I mean, it'd come to my workshop, so I'd test stuff. But yeah.
Like, I need to take this for a drive.
I was working on it. I was just, ween.
Yeah, so I'm the driver. At this point in my scope, I'm pretty much always the driver just because I'm at the lowest scope. So I can do CPR, airway, and ventilation.
Almost, I would say the basics.
Yeah,
So
so basics of keeping someone alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a question that we have been asked millions of times, and we want to know the inside scoop of if this is true or not. Do you guys use the sirens just to get through red lights?
No, we're normally on a priority
She
one.
laughed. That means it's true.
No, we're on a priority 1 job.
Yeah.
So
okay.
we don't actually drive
So
through town. We don't drive. So if we're on a priority 1 job, we won't have our lights and sirens on the whole way. We only put them on when we're coming to an intersection, a roundabout, something like that.
I was about to say,
Or
because
if you're
there's
speeding,
been...
Not. We always have our lights on if it's a priority 1, but sirens, they don't need to be on unless we're trying to go through traffic. It's basically just telling people that we're coming
So
through.
I would say that you're you're a baby driver.
I am a baby driver, but I've done an awful lot of priority 1 driving.
Hey.
And it's really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be cool as fuck.
So I've done a lot of north of town. So I go through the Bunnings intersection and it's always busy.
Yeah.
So I always have to pull over to the wrong side of the road and cut through and take off. It's really fun.
Does it feel cool to do that?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd feel
I'm a
gangster as
boss,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. It'd be cool as well.
And even like, so going along Chapman Valley Road, you can change a siren. So some people are ignorant. They either don't care or they don't.
Like, pew, pew.
Their music's up too loud or whatever. They don't move. So we tailgate them kind of. Try to move them off the road.
Can you nudge people?
No.
They don't have bars.
It's a government thing. I'm sure they can buy a new one, a whole new ambulance.
They're Mercedes.
They are. Mercedes-Benz.
Are they super nice to drive?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good reversing camera. Who would have thought I could reverse
Not me.
an ambulance?
Damn. So you're probably one of the only people in this town that can speed legally.
We're only allowed to go 20 kilometres over the speed limit.
Is that it?
That's it.
So what happens if you're speeding over 20 kilometres and you get pulled over by a police officer? Are you getting a ticket?
We actually do. Yeah, we're not allowed to really exceed 20 kilometres over the speed limit. And that's come from our safety as well, because you got to remember that if something happens to us, we're no good to the patient.
Fair. Yeah, but then the other people, they can come through. So that's fine.
Who?
There's two...
Second responders will become the first
But
and so forth.
not all priority 1 jobs get a second ambulance. Because
right.
at the moment we're short-staffed and we only have 2 crews on, which is 4 people. So you have 2 people per ambulance for a 40,000 people community.
Yeah, that's Math, not math in there, hey?
Not mathing.
Definitely need more.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and you don't realise, like, if you get ramped at the hospital, which means you bring a patient in and they're too busy to basically take your patient off your hands, you get stuck there.
So you have to wait with them.
We have to wait. So last night,
Our hospital's fucking dog shit here too.
it's just not big enough. Don't have staff
Be big soon.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big.
with no staff.
Empty hallways.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to go from like one extreme to the other. Too small with too many people in a small area to
Too big.
too
with no
big
people.
with not enough people.
It'll be good for me because it opens when I finish my nursing degree, so I'll get a job easy.
Ooh, queen. So when you said you went through a traumatic experience with being an AMBO officer, how was the aftercare support after seeing something so traumatic?
It was really good. So the paramedics that we were on with were great. They sent us out to not be overexposed. We came back to the depot and had a debrief about everything. They were very supportive, and the next morning I got 3 phone calls, I think, within the space of like 20 minutes. One from health and wellbeing, one from my volunteer support officer, support paramedic, and one from like the station manager or the general manager of the Midwest. Very supportive, and that continued throughout the week afterwards. If anything, by the end of it, I was quite over it because I was
It's like too much support.
I was sick of rehashing it, because once I deal with something, I tend to deal with it, and that's good. I don't dwell on it.
So having a good support system behind after seeing something so shit.
All right. So do you guys use like comedy to just,
Help
work
with-
your way through these situations you get put
We
in?
use very dark humour.
But
And
example, we're very good with dark humor.
I don't
No
think it's
comment.
appropriate for people
Fair enough.
listening.
Yep.
I don't think they want me to tell them what we talk about. But it's dark, and sometimes I'm like, oh, these people are very mentally unstable.
Sometimes people will say something that's like a little bit too far out of your comfort zone. You're like,
Yeah.
that's maybe a little bit too much there, my brother.
Yeah. And I mean, these paramedics are very experienced. They've seen a lot of things. They reckon the job is only, like most people, only last 7 years in a paramedic job.
Yeah.
It would mentally fuck you up, yeah.
How traumatic. And like, it's pretty much like, I was talking to one of the paramedics, and it's like, you go to a car accident, 2 dead people, come back to the depot, go to the nursing home, pick up a lovely old lady, take her to hospital, act like you didn't just see two dead bodies.
Yeah.
And then come back, go to a mental health patient. You're there for 2.5 hours, talking them down, come back. It's very draining. They do see a lot, and they have to process. There's so much for them to process, and they think that the longevity of the job is only 7 years because how much they see.
How do you deal with mental health patients? Because I feel like it would be rewarding, but also can be very devastating.
It's hard because I actually haven't had a lot myself. I've only had a few, but we're always accompanied with the police.
Yeah.
So we've got nothing to do with it really, unless there's a certain situation when a patient may be formed to hospital, which means under the law, they have to go to hospital for their own safety. But police pretty much always take them to hospital if they put them in the pod in the back of the paddy wagon. Take them
Damn,
to
so
hospital.
you pretty well see almost every step from like responding to being on scene to the nursing,
Taking them to hospital,
and then also
handing
the others,
over at the hospital.
and then being the nurse. Well, when you're like qualified, but being the nurse, and then how they're treated, and then when they get let out.
Yeah, but I actually work in the hospital as well, in ED. So I'm there as a.
That's where we met.
We did, yeah. So I work there in
You in
admin.
ED?
Huh?
What are you in there for?
I was doing
On
the
the floor.
glass bowl.
Yeah, the
What
fish
is
bowl.
the
The
fish
glass
bowl?
Barbie?
No.
No way. Who would
I
have
was doing
thought?
a few glass Barbies in the hospital.
Floor layers.
No, I was doing the fish bowl
Yeah.
in the
What,
hospital, which
like
is
a fruit
that
triangle?
the middle glass thing where all the nurses and doctors and stuff
Were you working
stand.
on a night shift?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Or
was,
morning shift. I think it was very early.
Yeah. So I was either.
The
are you saying?
fucking fish bowl.
What does that mean?
It's
It's
like a
the-
nursing and doctor station where they all sit
So
with
they've
their
got all the
computers.
rooms around. Have you been into the ED?
The hospital, yeah.
The ED.
What the fuck's ED?
Emergency department.
Oh, is that like
You
the
call
back-
me stupid.
The fuck? Do I look like I go to hospital?
He's
you
not health
should.
literate.
No, the emergency department where
Yep.
you know how if people break an arm or leg and they have to
I
go
don't know,
there.
maybe. I had to take my brother somewhere when he broke his neck.
Whoa, man.
What?
Is he all right?
Oh, I mean, he's now, kind of.
So the emergency department, in the emergency department, they have a fish bowl, which is what I found out that they call it, where all the nurses and doctors stand
It's
with all their
because
computers.
all the patients are looking in the fishbowl at them.
So yeah, they've got all the rooms around this
All
one
right.
circular
All right,
section.
okay.
And
You're
I
in
was
the fishbowl.
I was doing the floors there.
Yeah.
Man, I saw me being in there. I saw some shit. I will tell the story a bit later. It's funny. So going on to nursing now. What made you choose nursing? Like why is it you wanted to get into it? Is it because you want to help people, or is it more you just have more of a passion for like medical?
I do have a passion for medical stuff. Like I'm very interested. I started nursing back in 2019. I moved to Perth and I started at Notre Dame.
Hunchback?
Huh?
Was it Hunchback or not?
What?
What's his name?
Huh?
What's his name again?
Yeah, it's Hunchback from Notre Dame.
This is the Hunchback's name.
Oh,
No.
damn, what is his name?
It's some French name.
Yeah.
It's
He's
like-
French.
Thanks.
That's all right, man.
Fuck. Anyway, and then
Continue.
how long were you there?
I was there for 8 months. It was peak COVID time, so everything went online. I was commuting. Well, to start off with, I was living north, and I was going all the way to Fremantle every day. So catching public
Ew.
transport late at night. Had an incident on the train. Never wanted to catch public transport. again.
Someone did something to you?
Not me, but I was on the train by myself with someone, and they were pretty much just threatening.
Yeah.
They were gonna hurt someone, you know.
Oh, so it wasn't aimed at you.
Well, I was the only person on the train with this dude,
Yeah. But he was probably
but he was just in his own head.
like cracked out. Yeah.
Yeah. It just made me very uncomfortable. I was only 19 at the time, so I was just like, get me out of here. So then I started driving halfway to Cottesloe and then caught the train, only like a couple of legs to Freo. But no, wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Then it went online and then I just felt very isolated. So, and then I was like, COVID nursing's not for me. I don't know what this world's going to look like soon with COVID. So I decided to come home.
Yep.
And then I've decided to restart my nursing this year, which I made the right decision because I don't think I was like ready back then I didn't have the people skills.
Did you have to start fresh? Yeah. So you couldn't
Yeah.
like go off from where you left?
No, I did less than, I only did like 8 weeks or so.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So you
because there was a big gap when everything went online, like it kind of stopped for a bit.
Yeah.
So it was very messy. And I actually changed from registered nursing to enrolled nursing. So it's a different degree anyway.
EN Hayes, what they call it?
Yeah. So that's 18 months at TAFE. And
Is that
it's-
what Becky does?
She's a clinical nurse now.
Oh,
Yeah, so she's top.
yeah.
How many
Top-
different
top
types
dog.
of nursing is there?
A lot.
There's
Jesus.
enrolled nursing.
Kayla
registered
does.
nursing.
I don't think you know. Oh, you might have met Kayla. She pretty much started from the bottom. She listens to these episodes, so I'm not going to say what she is because I don't know. But I know that she started from like the bottom and then made her way up and
Yeah.
went like midwife, or maybe she does. She's a
Delivered to
midwifery.
babies.
Midwifery, is that what it's called? Yeah.
yeah.
So she does that now over at St. John's.
Yeah.
Um,
There's pros and cons. I chose EN because, one, the course was free. I was back in the workforce in 18 months. But it also gives you, like, more patient interaction. So, like, you're the bottom of nursing. So you start off with when showering and brushing their teeth. And that's not all nursing. So, but, like, you start at the bottom and you get to know your patient a lot, and then you move to the next level, which is, like, less of that because you've got your care aides and stuff that do that stuff. And then you got your next lot of nursing. So there's definitely different avenues to go.
I've got one more question before we dive into your diabetes thing.
Diabetes.
How do you cope? So, I mean, you haven't started the nursing, right? So you're doing your training.
So I've got prac in June. Yeah.
How do you think you're going to go with, like, because you said you get to know your patients. Michaela's always wanted to be a nurse, and I've told her not to do it because she would get too emotionally attached to the person. And then if they pass away or die, she would bring it home and she wouldn't be able to cope. How do you think you would cope with that?
I don't know.
Because that would be, because there's some old people out there that are just gangsters.
Yeah.
And it would be hard if you were to build a rapport with them. And then, you know, they're just like, yo, where's Haylee? Like, where's my girl Haylee? I want Haylee to come do my nappy or something. I don't know what that'd do.
Yeah. Well, so I work in palliative care. So for those who don't know, that's end of life care. So I work in admin for that. And you have patients call all the time asking to speak to nurses because we obviously receive the phone call first. So I talk to all these patients. They're so lovely. Some of them are old, some of them aren't old. There was one old lady who used to call every day and tell me that she was still alive. And she's just recently passed away, which I actually got really upset about. But our relationship was only via the phone.
Yeah.
So
there was no personal interaction.
No. So I've never seen her face. I don't know what she looks like or anything like that. But yeah, every day she would call when I was full time, and she would go, "Oh, hey love, like I'm still alive," because her prognosis was actually like a couple months ago, and she lived past that.
Oh, right. So every day she was like, still kicking
still
it.
here. Yeah.
What a gangster.
Yeah.
She's so R.I.P. to that girl. She's cool.
Yeah.
That
She's
lady.
lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that would suck. I don't think. Like, I think I would love to help people in that medical sense. One, I don't think I'm that smart to do it, but I think I would get too emotionally attached to people, especially like you go in there and be like, yo, what's up, my dog? Like, how are you? Like, fuck yeah, like you're kicking it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It is tough, and some people are gonna obviously pull your heartstrings more than others. But at TAFE, like one of our units at the moment is professional practice and stuff like that. So you have to put boundaries in place to avoid that. And I know
don't touch my ass, dickhead.
I mean, you are like a human, and obviously you have feelings and stuff. But
yeah, it'd be hard. It'd be very hard.
Yeah, you just have to separate work and life, and you also have to have healthy strategies to.
You're an amazing woman. You're very, very mentally strong in that sense. I don't think many people would be able to do it without taking their, not issues, but like taking their mental struggles from work home and taking it out on people that they love. Like, do you bash Dixie?
No.
Do you flog her when you get home?
No. I smother her with love, and she hates it.
Yeah.
She's like, Mum, get the fuck off me.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's go for a little smoko break. How are we feeling, guys? We feeling good?
I could go for some food.
Cool. Smoko time it is. So we'll be right back in just a jiffy. Haylee, let's dive into your diabetes now. Which diabetes do you have? And before you answer,
We'll quickly run you through them. We have
we know about 100 of them.
4, 7, 10, and 100.
I can't remember what episode it was, but apparently there's a million types of diabetes.
There is.
Yeah.
I've got type 1.
Type 1.
Did you know what we actually learnt? Sorry, first off, what we learnt from that one episode? Alzheimer's is a form of diabetes.
I did know that. And did you know there's actually type 1.5?
Ah,
Fuck.
We didn't think of the 0.5s.
We didn't.
Shit.
Yeah.
What's the 1.5 type diabetes?
So I don't technically know what it stands for, but it's like latent onset diabetes. It's where you like your pancreas still
You're halfway
works,
to
but
number
it's
2?
on its way. No,
Okay.
it's still type 1, so it's still autoimmune, but you're in that phase where your pancreas is still working and then you're going into type 1.
So a lot of people don't know or understand the difference between type 1 and type 2.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah, because
And-
you always get the comment of, you don't look like someone
You don't look like you're a diabetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you inform us and
There's
the
a
people?
huge stigma around diabetes, and that's kind of what I want to change or let people around me know, because that's everyone's first comment is like, oh, you're not the typical.
Which is what
Yeah.
is the typical look of a diabetes person?
Fat.
Someone. Oh my god. Well, I guess so.
Use the too scared to say. Use the way that someone that's large.
Trying to go around it a little bit nicer, but yeah, someone that's
Fat.
has more body fat.
Someone that hasn't have the right lifestyle choices. But type 2 can also be linked to hormonal issues as well. So I originally thought I did have type 2 because I've been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian
Damn.
cysts like on my ovaries. So that links to insulin resistance, which causes type 2. So you don't have to have bad lifestyle choices to get type 2. And that's what I think people need to understand. It's not always lifestyle. There's other factors that do go into type 2 as well.
So I just want to be clear that we're not making fun of people who are on the larger side. No. We're a comedy podcast. We can say whatever we want. No. JP. Okay. We are not making fun. JP does. JP
What are we not making fun of?
JP actually makes
Don't
fun of.
fat shame because I was fat.
Thank you. And coloured
Fat
people.
What the fuck?
Don't. I've
I'm
heard.
the least racist person you'll ever meet.
I've
in your
heard.
life.
Okay,
But
when the
fat
camera's
people,
off.
What?
don't be
I
fat.
used to have those like look like a newborn, like or toddler, and I used to have like
Yeah, it's. Oh, look, I wouldn't say you were bad. You were still very pretty, but
You can be pretty and fat.
yeah, I know. You were one of them.
thank you.
But no, you did. But you have also done amazing. You have lost, and then I think it got to a point where you didn't even have an eating disorder, which most people would do, being that big and then being as skinny as what you were.
Thanks to type 1 diabetes for helping me lose
Yeah,
weight.
but did you think the weight loss came from diabetes?
No.
Like after you've been diagnosed?
Towards the end of it, it definitely did.
Yeah.
But I obviously went through that journey for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I just thought it was what I was doing.
And like I've said multiple times, you look better now than you did a few months ago before your diagnosis.
When I was just
'Cause-
lanky.
And when I was watching that Mike Israel one, a lot of women think that when you're like they want to get skinny, but then they get to a point where they look sickly skinny, not healthy skinny, and there's a massive difference. Sockets start to sink in like bad.
My shoulder, like my shoulders looked weird, and like my whole upper
Yeah.
body, my
Yes.
whole upper body started sinking in. Like you
Yeah.
could see everything in my neck and like
all
everything.
all the bones. You definitely look way more healthier now.
I feel healthier and I feel really strong.
But it sucks because I know the mental struggles that you've been going through with putting on the weight.
Yeah, but I also like it's definitely hard going from like being really
Yeah.
overweight to being tiny to going back. And also hormones are playing a huge effect into this as well.
I also think the other thing that you don't realize is that you're also putting on muscle
Yeah,
because you're
definitely.
eating more protein,
Yeah.
and you're allowing your body and your muscles to be able to repair. What are you laughing for?
Like it's 5 big boobs. I don't know why.
But no, we did. For some reason, we kind of jumped onto the whole weightlifting, which is good to know. But let's dive into the diabetes. So you've got type 1. Mm-hmm.
What is type 1?
Type 1 is a autoimmune disease.
So what does that mean?
My cells in my body are attacking my pancreas, the cells in my pancreas, and
Isn't that the one you don't need?
you really do need it.
What's the one you don't need?
Yes.
Appendix.
Appendix.
Ah, of
yeah.
course.
So yeah, it's attacking pretty much all my cells that produce insulin. So now I am dependent on insulin injections.
Which is the what?
No, this is a
Monitor.
glucose monitor.
Oh, right.
So
you have to.
So I have
that's
to
right,
inject
yes.
myself.
Sorry, my
Quick
apologies.
stims.
Yeah.
Which you have gotten a pump. Well, not right now, but you got it in the mail.
Yeah, I got it in the mail this week, and I'm getting it I'm getting trained in it and getting it fitted on the 3rd of April.
Damn, doing body mods.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to have like a little
so dumb.
pager, like a little touch screen,
Yeah.
and I can it's
Hack
like
into it.
it's like an electronic
Brother,
pancreas.
just imagine someone.
So
like
I would
hack
crash
into-
their
I'm
move right
pumping
now.
all of this into your body.
I would die.
So yeah. So type 1 is majority of the time hereditary,
It is normally
but there's no one in your family that has type 1.
no.
So what the fuck happened?
Shit luck.
Yeah, shit luck.
Which
but
is also the same as Gracie.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so it's formally known as hereditary, but as time goes on, just anyone can really develop it. If your body's been under constant stress for a long period of time, you're in that fight or flight mode, your cortisol levels are up, you can develop it. Or so they seem to think that my case is linked to COVID.
From the
Don't know if they mean anything. I don't know.
Did
That
you get the vaccine?
yeah.
I've had COVID 4 times.
Fuck it.
Really bad in June last year when I got back from Bali, and that's when my health started declining. I got tonsillitis. I got that's when I started having my gynae issues as well. So
Gynae.
yeah,
What is that?
women issues. So
Why are you looking at me?
What's gynae?
gynecology. So
Oh,
What do you think it was?
I don't.
Some disease.
So-
Like
I
something to do
was-
with Johnny, which it is.
well, it is. Yeah,
It is, yeah. But I thought it was something else.
So I was having like irregular menstrual cycles, which is a huge
Yeah, okay.
like light bulb moment.
Yeah.
Because I was getting it every 2 weeks basically. But then that happened. I was like, okay, this is really strange because I've always been perfect. Like I've always been regular.
Mommy nice. Sorry.
I've always been.
How is such a fucking mobby?
I'm sorry.
How are your cycles, mate?
Yeah,
Are they
mine are good.
fucking- you
Mine are good. I'm always perfect.
Yeah, same.
Sorry.
No, so that was the first red flag. And I mean, it happens. So from time to time when you're stressed, it can bring it on. And I was going through a stressful period at that point.
Can hormone imbalances make... Yeah.
And that is where I've been diagnosed with polycystic ovaries as well. So that all ties into it. Anyway, regular periods was happening. I was like, oh, yeah, once off, it happened. No worries. Happens. And then it happened again and again. And then I was like, okay, something's actually wrong.
Yeah.
And it wasn't your typical 5 days. It was expanding to 9 days.
Was it irregular or was it would come every 2 weeks and you would have it for every 9?
Sometimes it would come week and a half. Sometimes it would be 2 weeks.
So it was very
3
intermittent.
weeks. Yeah. And then some days it would last for 3 days. Some days it would last for 9 days. It was just a shit ton. Mm. And then so that happened for a few months and I was like, no, something's wrong. Went to the doctor, got some blood tests because your bloods tell you everything. And I really recommend everyone go get bloods.
We
At
need to go get
least-
our bloods.
At least once a year, if not twice.
Can you get that done here?
Just go to your doctor, get a form, ask for a full blood
Can we
work.
go to your doctor, Steph?
Who the fuck is my doctor?
I don't know.
My family doctor.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ones the kids go to.
Yeah.
So I went to my doctor. At this point, I was experiencing fatigue and
This is just before your...
prior prior to the blood
Yeah.
test. I had explanations for everything though. So like nothing was flagging that I was sick. Increased fatigue. I was living large. I was going out every weekend. So
Menace.
I was living my best life.
You can't even.
You know, 3 single girls,
Yeah.
hitting the town, having a good time. Done the wife thing for too long.
Did that play a part in your? I mean, did you have any mental health struggles going out every weekend? Was there a reason why you were going out every weekend, or you kind of just
No, it was just fun.
fun?
Yeah.
Fair.
Back with the girls. We've all been in 5-year plus relationships. We were always the homebodies. We never put ourselves first. So we're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let's go out. Let's have a good time.
You're going out every weekend,
Yeah.
but you're still feeling like shit. Irregular
Yeah.
periods.
And I put the fatigue down to going out. Like I was going out to 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, you know,
you got to up those numbers.
Yeah, weak.
just, yeah, was a bit ridiculous. And then, anyway, so that had that own explanation. And also during the week, like I was doing my volunteering. I was going to training nights. I was going to the gym. I was walking. I was always busy. So like fatigue had that box was ticked. Like I know why I was tired all the
There
time.
was also a lot of stuff at home too that was going on.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of stuff at work, like being stressed, but then also releasing the stress at like by going out, but then also going back home to some personal stuff.
Yeah. And also just
And Dixie.
just responsibilities. Like I was waiting to see if I was getting into nursing, like not knowing what my pathway was basically. It was getting towards the end of the year. I didn't know if I was giving up full-time work, which was stressful in itself, giving up a good income. Just lots of stress factors, you know, was leading into it. Obviously, like increased thirst is another symptom, but I've always drank a lot of water. Since I was a little kid, I've just drank a lot of water. But it got to the point where I was drinking like 6 litres of water a day.
Shit.
And I
What's
wasn't doing anything. Like I was sitting at my desk drinking. So it wasn't like I was, you know, out in
Were
a
you
workshop
weeing a lot as well?
every 20 minutes,
Yeah.
which is another symptom.
I mean,
Drinking
you
6
can't
litres
drink that
of
much
water.
water. Something's going to happen, all right?
Yeah, but it just
It
goes through you. Like it doesn't
It wasn't filtering or
go
anything.
through your kidneys and all that type of thing how it should do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was ingesting it and it was coming out. So, and I had no reason to drink that much water. Like I wasn't sweating. I was sitting in front of an air conditioner on the computer. all
So
day.
you leading up to how you were feeling right before your diagnosis, how are you feeling? Because I know that you shouldn't have not drove to the hospital because bro almost died.
Yeah.
So
So-
how are you feeling there?
So I got my blood test done. So I went and see my doctor, got my bloods done the next day. There was a miscommunication between my doctor. She believes that she told me to book another appointment, but to get the results. But I always thought if something flags in your blood test, normally they would call you. They look at your bloods and they go, oh, we'll call her back in for a non-urgent or urgent appointment, whatever it is, if something shows. Anyway, a week went by, nothing. I was like, oh, I must be fine. Then it was my work Christmas party, got a little bit out of hand, got really drunk. And then it came to Sunday. And I'm pretty good with my hangovers, but this was different. I was like, oh, I'm really not feeling well. But I did have a big night, so I put it down to that. Monday night, Monday I went to work and then I rang one of my friends and I was like, look, I'm still feeling like dog shit. I don't know what's going on. And then she nicely went off at me and said, I'm sick of you, always feeling like shit. You're always tired. You're always this, you're always that. She's like, call your doctor.
Like being worried for you.
Worried, yeah. So
Who was that?
Sammy.
Yeah.
So she kind of saved my life.
Fuck you, Sammy. I'm keeping that in there. No, at least she knows to be upfront and be like, yo,
Yeah.
if there's something genuinely wrong, go to the fucking hospital.
Yeah. And she was concerned because, like, obviously her and Amber had seen me with my regular cycle and how much it affected me. Like it was, wasn't great.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I rang the doctor that afternoon. It was the Monday before. So they were closed on the Wednesday afternoon for Christmas. And it was Monday afternoon when I rang. And then I said, I haven't heard from the doctor. Do they have my results? I'm still feeling like crap. And they go, oh, we don't have your results here. And they're like, where did you get your bloods done? I said, I got them done the day after my appointment, got them done at the regional. All of a sudden they found my results. And they said, oh, we don't have an appointment before Christmas. And I said, oh, well, I really feel like shit and I really want to know. I said, can they just give me the results over the phone? And they said, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm
Go on, explain
I'm
it.
writing down notes.
I wrote down
I feel like
notes.
you're drawing a picture.
No, I'm drawing. I'm not drawing. Go.
I was trying to go still, and then all of a sudden
You laugh.
I looked down. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, you need to take it off me. I'm as bad as Adam. Go. Sorry.
No, I lost my train of thought.
What did you say?
you couldn't get an appointment before Christmas.
Oh, yeah. So I asked for the results over the phone and they said no. And I said, well, I want my results before Christmas. Anyway, they put me on hold, ended up finding an appointment Tuesday afternoon. Like, sweet. Anyway, Monday night, I think, I finished work, went to the gym, and then I went to the girls' house for dinner, watched Love Island, the normal thing that 3 single girls do.
But oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got home about 10 o'clock, had a shower, had a fall in the shower.
Did you
Did
hurt?
you not have your rubber non-slip mat?
Are you a rubber ducky?
I don't really know what happened. I think, yeah.
You
Anyway,
just like passed out
yeah.
almost.
And then I just tucked myself in bed. Didn't really
I
think.
didn't even.
No, I didn't do anything about it. And then Tuesday morning came around and I normally get up out of bed 6:15-ish. I still was in bed at 7:30 that morning. Couldn't wake up.
Just like very lethargic.
Very lethargic, no energy. Felt like I slept like a wink.
What? Slept like a wink.
Like a wink of sleep?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Had a wink of sleep.
Saying like that, I've heard just sleeping like a wink sounds weird.
Wrong terminology.
Yeah.
Do you know what's wild? Those flashing lights on the ambos, they're called winkies.
Are
That's
they?
very accurate. I like that note. That's a good one.
No, it's a secret.
Yeah,
note.
we're just writing down notes so we
Okay.
can.
Yeah, so had a fall, woke up the next morning. Stop.
You fell down, you woke up the next morning, you had a wink of sleep.
Yeah, woke up at 7:30. I started work at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom looking like an absolute zombie, and Mum walks in and she's like, "You right?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, I just was so spaced out. Anyway, drove to work, rocked in. Even the nursing staff were like, Are you okay today? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired.
So you went to work.
I went to
Yeah.
work. And then I was going to go home at lunchtime because I felt terrible. And I was like, no, I've got a doctor's appointment this afternoon at 4:30. I'll push through. And then so I finished work, drove to my doctor's appointment, and then
Sorry.
Why?
I had to.
intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Got into the appointment and my doctor was very concerned. She looked at my bloods when I got into the room.
So she had your bloods.
Yeah, and she hadn't looked at them yet until I got there.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden it was panic stations because she seen my fasting blood sugar was 18.
So you should have been in
2.5
coma.
weeks ago.
Oh.
So, yeah.
What does that mean?
So your blood sugars should sit between 4 and 8. And
When you
mine
were
were
18.
18,
So
two
you
and a
should
half
have been
weeks
in
ago.
a coma?
No.
No.
Well, it's not great. So over a period of time, if you have high blood sugar, your blood becomes acidic. So
Acidic.
yeah.
Great.
So she started panicking and she's like, you got to get to hospital. You got to get to hospital. And I was like, okay, do I have time to go home? She's like, you're going to be there for a couple of days. And I was like, okay, do I have time to go home and get a bag? She's like, nope, you got to go now. Little did I know, she printed off a letter in my bloods and I drove myself to the hospital, walked into triage, sat down. I felt like shit, but not in a way of like I felt sick. I was just very fatigued and had no energy. Walked into triage, sat down. I was like, oh, my doctor gave me this letter, like here. They read the letter, looked at the blood test and said, why is this 2.5 weeks apart? Took my blood sugar levels and they didn't even get a reading on the manual one because it was so high. So I had to get a blood test and it revealed that they were 33.
Fuck. So at what point does your blood become acidic? Like at what number?
Then like over a period, it depends. So my levels were high, which also meant my ketones, which is like once your blood sugar is high for a certain amount of time, it affects your ketones. So your ketones are meant to sit between 0.1 and I don't really know the end number, but mine was sitting at 5.4. So I was heading into the DKA stage, which is diabetic ketoacidosis, which is a fancy term for saying I was going into a coma.
Diabetic coma.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
And it was only when I walked into triage where I was like, holy shit, I feel like I'm going to die. But yeah, so I got rushed in as a priority 2.
Did anything hurt? Like, were you in pain?
Nope.
So it was just like you were like
I was
super
just
fucking tired.
very tired. I was like carrying water like it was gold.
Yeah.
I was so dehydrated after drinking 6 litres of water.
Yeah. So we could have just drank your piss, really. Like it would have just came out as water.
No,
Because-
no.
No?
No.
No, I mean as in because it just went
Don't
through.
justify yourself now, buddy.
No, because it wasn't filtering my kidneys. So when you have like a lot of glucose in your blood, your kidneys can only take so much and your liver can only take so much. So it got to the point where like TMI, my piss was like brown.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would have assumed that it would have just been
No,
clear.
I was so dehydrated. It wasn't
Oh, no,
funny.
clear means you're hydrated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did it would have stunk too.
It was stinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Fuck.
So I got put straight into a bed, hooked up to all the machines, and pretty much everyone, like there was doctors involved straight away, nursing staff involved everywhere. I was getting hooked up, torn left, right and centre, jabs going in. I had like a line in here, I had a line in here, a line in here. I had 3 lines in to get fluid, to get magnesium, to get potassium. I had everything. They didn't do an insulin infusion at that moment because they didn't know how. I wasn't technically in the coma yet, I was just at the early stages of being acidic. But yeah, it was everything just happened very fast. It was pretty scary. And then also like having the nursing staff, so from triage going to your bay and then having them hand over, and then the way that they were speaking, like, yeah, her blood sugar's 33, her ketones are 5.4, like, and then them handing over to the next nurse and they're just like looking like, how am I still alive? How am I still
It almost would have
walking?
been like an unheard of.
It was
It would have been like a hypothetical that nurses and stuff would talk about, like, oh, if it gets up, but then you came in and they're like, yo, this is
They're like,
this.
whoa.
And they're like, oh,
yeah.
shit.
It, like every person that got the handover, they were just like in disbelief that I was.
Still conscious.
Yeah.
So how did you who was your favourite person that came up and saw you at the hospital?
You, because you brought me flowers.
I'm so cute.
Where were you?
Sure.
Where were you, huh?
Fuck, why would I go
Probably
there?
at the gym.
Yeah.
So how because I was there when the diabetic lady came in, and it was a lot of information to take in right there and then.
Yeah.
Even for someone that was just trying to be there for you.
Like, for me, I'm pretty health illiterate. Like, I understand a lot of terms and I understand more than the normal person off the street.
Yeah, I didn't really understand much.
But even for me, I was just like, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, my whole life's going to change. How am I going to live with this?
How were you feeling then mentally?
I was shit scared.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think I'd processed it yet either.
Yeah, you probably would have, like, it probably would have hit you a few days or a week after.
I was in hospital for 3 days and, I mean, everyone was doing everything for me. Everyone was getting my injections. I was just a sick little girl in bed just lapping up the attention.
The free food.
Yeah, that was dog shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was just...
So run us through the aftermath of, so you've been diagnosed, you now think that everything that you want to do or can do is over. You can't do the certain thing, or you think you can't do the certain things that you want to do. How did you process and navigate that whole situation?
It was hard. And I still think sometimes, oh, it's not real, it'll go away. I still think like that sometimes, like, oh.
That's what I think about my co-host sometimes, but.
It'll go away.
Can't believe they speak like that about you, Fern. Jesus.
Hey, he almost killed you, man. Just saying.
No, some days I honestly there's a thing called diabetic fatigue. And there's a fact actually that diabetics or type 1 diabetics make 180 more decisions than the average person a day.
Weird flex, but okay.
Based on eating or just
Everything.
everything
So,
in general?
I've done a few experiments.
What? You're a scientist.
Yeah. Since I've been diagnosed. So I have I've got up at the same time for 3 days in a row. I've eaten the same meal, breakfast, lunch and dinner, given my insulin the same amount of time, like when I take it, given the same amount of units. And every single day, my blood sugar's been different.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like within like a reasonable range
Nope.
or not just completely
Just
off the weird
way
chart?
out of the window.
Yep.
What doesn't...
It
Is that normal though?
What? Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like your body just kind of reacts differently.
But I guess it would be because you're fairly new to it and your body hasn't had time to adjust.
there's that, but there's also factors that people don't realise, like if it's a hot day, it affects it. If you have a hot shower, it
Because,
affects
yeah, it's
it.
your body doing body
Yeah.
things.
Like if you depend what where you are in
That's
your menstrual cycle, it affects it. If I'm stressed on a day, it affects it
Which you are all the time.
all the time.
I
Stress
don't know
it.
how you guys survive high stress functioning people.
I'm not high stress.
Yeah, you are.
What the name a time where I'm ever a high functioning stress person.
We mean no like high stress levels.
I don't have high stress levels.
You were panicking just before.
When?
Well, we didn't hit the record.
That was just pissed off. That was just full blown dumbass shit right there.
But yeah, so there's over 40 factors that actually
Did you say shoot?
No,
You're like, shh. That's enough.
40 factors.
there's over 40 factors that actually like have an effect on your blood sugar. So I could do the same thing every single day of my life and it would be
And it would
different.
be fucking.
And that's been an example this week. So, well, I'm coming to the end of my honeymoon period, which is what they call it when you're first diagnosed. So,
And you're starting to hate the dog.
yeah. So it's really hard to adjust because my pancreas was still working at the start. So it was releasing insulin every now and again. So it would help out a little bit. But at the moment, I think it's on its way out. It's not helping anymore. So I've been having more highs.
Wait, can you get like replacements and get undiabetic?
People have got transplants, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God damn!
Like pancreas
Yeah.
transplants.
The only thing with it, it's not huge here at the moment.
Would you give up yours, Steph?
For
Me?
No, me.
oh,
Why do you need one?
Oh, if I have two,
rock,
then
paper-
diabetes can't get me.
no, then your body would be producing too much insulin.
That's okay.
What?
Wouldn't it be producing too much?
First
Who?
off, how would you hook up to?
No, your body works like I've been learning this at nursing school. It's like a feedback loop. So if you produce too much, then your body shuts it off, and then like when you need it, your body produces more. But I'm fucked
so
up.
JP's going to have 2 and you're going to have none.
I'm
What?
not taking hers, I'm taking yours.
I know, that's you're going to have 2.
She still has one, just doesn't do anything.
It's dead.
Exactly. I know. So you're going to have none because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 because you're going to take mine.
Yeah.
It's so shit that I have to
I can
explain myself.
No,
forcibly
Fucking
give you
retard.
because you
diabetes.
can't have two.
I know. It was it's a joke because he's.
I want to.
Oh my God. Yes. No, it is. Unfortunately, it sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what does the pump do? The pump just
So- Makes
you feel
automatically. Yes, it does.
Have these
So-
burns, please.
Boom. No, I'm joking.
Fuck me.
I'm sorry.
Only
Go.
4 more to go.
So the pump has to be set to a certain.
So you draw insulin out of a vial or in a syringe or whatever, inject it into like a little cartridge, put it in the pump.
Oh, really?
You connect a tube. So I have to, there's like a little thing that you put a tube in your stomach. You have to change it every 3 days. And there's a cord from the needle into the pump. And the little device will go into my pocket and it'll just feed me insulin through the tube.
I feel like that's more work than just stabbing yourself
Trust
in
me,
the
it's
gut.
not.
A little quick
Really?
It's going to be, I have to stab myself at the moment 8 times a day and it pisses me the fuck off.
So how long will that little vial last?
3 days.
Oh, okay.
So instead of stabbing myself
And it
8 times
yeah.
in 3 days, I just have this connected to me and it just feeds me insulin.
so it'll automatically.
Monitor it and
Yeah.
So you still need to input. So if I'm eating a meal, there's this thing called pre-bolus. So you count your carbs and then you input into the machine what you need, and
So
it'll
then
just,
it will automatically adjust.
it'll just trickle into your into you.
Ah.
So as you're eating,
Yeah, diabetes is actually super complex. And I think a lot of people just go, oh, you got high blood sugar. Because my nana was diabetic and every time we were a kid, she'd come over and be like, give me your finger. And she'd prick.
yeah,
And she'd,
I'd do it to my friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she'd get the little fucking thing and chuck the blood on it and she'd be like, no, you're good. And
One
I'm
of my
like,
friends at
I would
TAFE.
shit my fucking pants with that little
Doesn't
pin.
even hurt.
I know,
Can I
but I
do
was
it?
like 10, huh?
Can I do it to you?
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck no, you can do it, me. We can do it. We're gonna do it on
Yeah.
here.
I can test your blood sugar.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually did it to my friend at TAFE the other day because I always
It turns out she's diabetic. And just
no, she
imagine
wasn't.
that.
But she drinks so much water and she always goes to the toilet. And I said, "Bro, are you diabetic?" And she's
Shoot-
like,
shoot her
she shat
pants.
herself.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Can I test you?" No, she was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if I drink, because I'll drink 3 to 4 liters on average a day
a white monster.
of White Monster. That's right. Exactly right.
Sponsor.
Yeah. And I mean, depends if I'm sweating a lot, I won't go to the toilet as much. But if it's just like a normal day and I'm laying planks or whatever, I'll stop every fucking
Yeah, but your job's physical.
hour and a half. To
I sat
do
at a
piss.
desk and did this for 8 hours, and
Oh shit! I need to piss.
I drank 6 liters of water.
Yeah.
because that was so hard.
It's a lot. So how are you coping now with your diabetes? And is there anything that you would like to tell anyone that is uninformed about diabetes, or something that you learned that is a key thing that you want to get out to people?
Basically, just take every day as it comes because you can't control. And you can't control it. You can do all the right steps, but some days there's just no explanation as to what's going on.
What's the thing that lady told you? Diabetes doesn't own you.
Yeah.
you just live with diabetes? No, that's feel like that's wrong.
No, it's you're not diabetic. You don't
what is
have diabetes. What the
No,
fuck?
you have diabetes, but don't let it own you, or don't make it who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a diabetic. You're just someone with diabetes. Is
There you go. That's the one.
that right?
Yeah.
We'll just roll with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll go with that one.
If you ever need any more quotes, I'll be here when you need me. I got a couple written down.
So yeah, how are you going mentally? How are you going physically? I think you look perfect.
Stop it.
Not perfect. You don't look perfect. Sorry, I'll refrain. You look a lot better now than you did back then.
Thanks.
How are you doing mentally?
Pretty good. Like the gym helps a lot. Like it is a place that I can go that, I mean, exercise affects it like no tomorrow. Like some days, like I have to be very strategic how I start my workouts. Like some days I have to do cardio first to bring my blood sugar down. But then some days it spikes it. Depends if it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. I could go for a run on the treadmill and that supposedly is meant to bring it down. But sometimes it can put your body in stress, so it can push it up. So it's very frustrating.
Has there ever been a time where you thought, all right, cool, I've kind of got this down pat and and then it's like,
Yeah. So it's very, very good for 2 to 3 weeks, and then I go into my cycle and it goes dog shit. So
a lot of the time your cycle
So
will
it's
affect
hormonal.
a lot of things, hey?
Yeah. So diabetes is all to do with your endocrine system, which is all your hormones. And once I'm in that cycle, then all my hormones are fucked. So then diabetes goes fucked, basically.
Yep. Yep.
Goddamn.
Yeah, it's a never-ending cycle. So like on my app, I can see how much time in range I spend in all the different categories. And like I usually sit between 95, 97% in the green range, which is great for someone who has been diagnosed this like soon, I haven't really had it for that long. But then last week during my cycle, I was in the yellow a lot, so my blood sugar was higher. So I got down to 88% in the green.
Yeah.
So it just affects it. And I pretty much had to double my insulin dose for every meal.
During your period?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because you become insulin resistant in that period.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Does sex change it?
Don't know.
Because, you would, are you still virgin, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. JP, is she?
I was waiting for it.
Oh, it's more like because it would be like a high activity thing, right? And your heart would be.
It's a stress reliever, but it's physical activity, so
Have you noticed?
I haven't tried it.
We have some questions for you.
We have questions. There we go.
Firstly, there's the one question we asked everyone. Well, it's actually two, actually. First one, what was the pivotal moment?
Fuck you.
Okay, never mind. All right, second question.
I'm never going to live that down. We're going to
Name 5 things that can improve your mood.
5 things.
Name 5 things that can improve your mood.
We will write these down.
Swim at the beach. Walk my dog. Sunshine. Gym.
Fuck, calm down.
And my one true love, coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee does.
Wait, did you say go beach and swim?
Yeah.
I didn't get enough time to realise what she said.
So what was it?
Beach.
swim? Oh.
Swim. Doesn't have to be at the beach, but just swim in general.
Yeah, swim.
Like,
Like
water polo.
going to the beach, walking my dog, going to the gym, coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Coffee's been a big one.
Yeah.
And fucking?
That's up there, yeah.
Is that, but not in the top 5?
Top 1.
Top what?
Top 1.
Top 1.
No.
Well, anyway, Queen, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story
And
about diabetes.
we would like to extend our apologies for having to reschedule.
Yeah, JP.
And we also want to give our sincere apologies for not recording for the first 15 minutes. How would you rate your experience at the Intersect podcast?
Fucking -3.
Oh, in the negatives. Why?
Yeah.
How many
First,
brooms
no
is that?
power. Then talking for fucking how long, and it wasn't recording.
15 minutes. It's fair. Look, I feel like we need to get that QR code. That would be cool as fuck.
What QR code?
You can get it. Fuck me. You have a brain of a fish. A goldfish.
Fish have good brains.
No,
No, they
don't.
don't.
He's got nothing to say.
I was just waiting for you guys to be like,
You're normally,
okay.
you're normally quick-witted, but he was like,
No, well, I don't. What the
fucking QR code where, like,
to rate it?
yeah.
When did we talk about this?
Last fucking week with Cassie.
That's why I don't remember.
Because she said, I rate this show 5 out of, I can't remember what fucking thing
booms.
she said. 5 big booms.
Did she say that? Surely,
Yeah.
Surely not.
Yeah. No, she didn't say 5 big booms. she did say,
Boom.
she's like, you know what? Boom. Boom.
Ever since Adam started doing it,
It's so fucked. But yes, no, we genuinely thank you and we sincerely apologize for the fuck around. Hey, it's episode 30. Something was bound to go wrong and
It
we
was.
clearly cannot do anything right. So
Men.
that's just us. Whoa. Whoa.
that's crazy.
Whoa, women get her. Someone get her.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Men are superior to women. We're not-
Maybe-
I'm joking. I'm joking. You don't fucking tease my stutter. Did you see that? I'm zooming in on your face. Fuck you. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching episode 30 with Haylee. I don't know what they're doing now, but they're doing something. If you have any stories and want to send anything in to us, send it at intersectpod24@hotmail.com. Please listen to our Spotifys and our YouTubes. And
73% of you guys don't subscribe to our channel, and it would be very, very awesome if you guys could follow us. That way we can grow our community and we can get bigger guests on for you guys to give you more information and have these raw talks that you guys love. All right,
Gonna
well, thank you
therapy your
guys
ass.
for listening. Make sure you go over and subscribe and get that percentage number down so we can just absolutely blow up this community and make a fucking wicked place for everyone to tune in and laugh. Your mom. Thank you guys. Bye.